Hello learners, I am Dr. Subodh Kesharwani working with Indira Gandhi National Open University. The topic which I am going to talk today is meaning and types of e-commerce. We have a preceding session which was focused on curtain raiser to e-commerce. Now this particular, the lecture or rather we can say the presentation is going to focus more on what exactly the e-commerce is and what are the types of e-commerce. So prior to going into the depth of this particular video which we are delivering today, we are just focusing on meaning and types of e-commerce, and we are talking about what exactly the e-commerce is. In our preceding session we have seen that e-commerce is basically a contemporary commerce which is quite innovative in nature, which focus on more on the usage of technology and how the consumers are going to be benefited and doing the shopping at their doorstep. So anyway, we are just moving. This is part of our course called BCOS 184, and the course name is e-commerce. This is the fourth semester BCom CBCS course, and this is purely a skill oriented course which emphasize more on how one can groom the skill, and the intention is very clear that after going through this particular course, the learners can able to acclimatize themselves with this current trends which is going on in e-commerce, as well as talking more about how the scenario is going to change, and this is going to helpful to them once they go for employment and other things, or they are going to set up their own entity, which we usually call the startup. So anyway, I think this this particular yes. So if we talk about e-commerce, e-commerce is an important business lesson. Is that all companies must be digital. This is the mandate behind e-commerce. Storefronts went digital. We have seen that, and in the past we have seen that how the kitchen tables turned into conference rooms, and how this restaurants which were available in brick and mortar mode, they have converted into the click and mortar mode, and this whole philosophy had been changed. The Zomato, or if we talk about the Swiggy, the Food Panda, they all are delivering the foods at your doorstep. So this is a new kind of thing which is coming up, and e-commerce is more and what we have talked that it is over and above to over and above to commerce, and it's taken into consideration many things. So gradually, when we go into the depth of this particular thing, or when we are going to talk about types of e-commerce, we will definitely throw a light on that. So it's basically changing the mindset of buying and selling. So if you see this particular structure of the course, I think we are on the first unit, which focus on the introduction to e-commerce, and this is part of our first block called basics of e-commerce. So initially we will throw a light, we will give a curtain raiser to e-commerce. We will talk about a certain acronyms, or we talk about a certain buzzwords which are related to e-commerce, and then gradually we will move into the basic approach of e-commerce. So if you talk about what is e-commerce, I think we have already we have a very elaborative discussion. Then why there is a need of e-commerce? Because today the trend is changing. We are moving from the brick and mortar system to click and mortar system, and there is a great use of e-commerce into it. Evolution of e-commerce is talking more about how the historical the presence were there and how it had been originated, and then we jump on to the types of e-commerce, which could be either B2B, business to business, or business to consumer, or consumer to consumer, consumer to business, and consumer to consumer, and then B2G is there. So a lot of things are which are coming up, and finally we will throw a light on advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. So let's start with what is e-commerce. I think in our preceding sessions we have thrown a light on e-commerce, but if you go into a actual definition, e-commerce, also known as electronic commerce or internet commerce, because there is a use of internet, there is a use of technology, and it refers to buying and selling of goods and services using the internet and the transfer of money and data to execute these transactions. So if you see the global retail e-commerce sales, which are projected at $30 trillion by 2021. So this is the predictions which we have, and there are certain definitions given by the WTO. And when you talk about the e-commerce, a commercial process that includes productions, distribution, sales, or delivery of goods and services through electronic means. So e-commerce allows customers to overcome geographical barriers and allow them to purchase products anytime from anywhere. So what we have observed that the cross-border business is going to come up. People cross the jurisdictions and buy the product from different countries. So the some players who are delivering the product from, so other words, so e-commerce emphasize the generation and exploitation of new business opportunities over the internet. And this e-commerce draws on technologies such as mobile commerce, electronic fund transfer, and we have seen that the philosophy of fund transfer had been changed. There was a time when net banking was a lucrative product or the lucrative phenomena of the banking industry, but right now this wallet had taken a shape. So the plastic money, the debit card or credit card is now going up, and UPI is coming up. So supply chain management is there, because the logistic is very important as far as the refund is concerned, as far as delivery of product in concerned in a very short span. So internet marketing is there. We have seen that the stereotype advertising or the way of doing that, broadcasting the product through other mode is now changing, and digital marketing had come up. So online transaction processing is there, where electronic data interchange is there, the inventory management system is there, and automated data collection systems are there. So what we have observed that the integrated softwares are now coming up, which we usually call the enterprise resource planning, and this ERP is doing a great job as far as integrating the departments are concerned. So when we talk about the different aspects related to e-commerce, definitely we will talk about all those aspects. And if we go into the backdrop, we will find out the term e-commerce was coined back in 1960 with the rise of electronic commerce, the buying and selling of goods through transmission of data, which was made possible by the introduction of the electronic data interchange, which we usually call the EDI. So what we observed that this buying of selling was there, and at the later stage we observed that e-commerce had crosses the ware boots, and now the e-services are there, e-governance are there, electronic learning are there. The people are massively learning, doing the learning through this platform, and a lot of the platforms are there. A lot of corporates have entered, like if you talk about the edX, if you talk about the Coursera, or Uday Academy, or Khan Academy, or Simple Learn. A lot of players are there which are coming up with baskets of new courses, and these courses are adopted by the various institutions. They tie up with the established institutions and flourish this product. So this is the way by which the things are going on. And if you go more into the historical overview, you will find out that in May 1989, this Compute Market was introduced, and this was the first internet-based system for e-commerce. Sellers and buyers could post items for sale, and buyers could search the database and make purchase with a credit card. So if you observe that in the year 1990, this credit card philosophy had entered, and which we usually call the plastic money. So at the later stage, you find out that a lot of players have entered, and Amazon was one of the first e-commerce sites in the US to start selling products online, and thousands of business have followed since that. So first online transaction, if we go into a backdrop, we find out that in August 12, 1994, issue of New York Times, if you see that internet is open, and electronic commerce or e-commerce refers to buying and selling, and e-commerce can happen in many forms, like ordering goods, purchase of services, buying a subscription to an information service, or even setting up a bill paying schedule. So this is there. So if you go into a backdrop and see that e-commerce, what are the e-commerce features? I think e-commerce have got a varieties of features. It's talk about the interactivity. It talk about the varieties of informations, personalization and customization. As a consumer, you can able to customize the product as per your need and requirement, and a lot of the consumers reviews are available, so that can provide you a way to know about the product by sitting at your doorstep. So you don't have to visit to, or physically visit to the, like if we take an example of a hotel industry. I think this hotel industry had changed with the change of this electronic commerce, and if you talk in a present scenario, I think 90 to 95% people book the hotel through online mode. Either it could be the Go IBO or Make My Trip, if you talk in Indian perspective, or the Booking.com, or the Yatra.com. These are the players which are facilitating as far as the booking of the air tickets are concerned, the train tickets are concerned, or the hotel industry is concerned. So traveling is now changed with the change of time. So it's not just talking about the product which have got a physical appearance, the services had been changed. A lot of services are available online, and we have seen in this pandemic stage that that virtual meeting had come up in a big way. So people usually do a brick and mortar meetings, but right now with this virtual meeting approach, this online philosophy had been developed. Either it could be the Cisco WebEx or the Google platform or the Microsoft have developed. So all those, even this is not confined to the corporate world, but the school going kids have also changed themselves in a big way, and we have seen that how this school going kids are doing a great learning through this virtual meeting platform. So anyway, we will talk more about all those things in a more elaborative manner with certain good examples which can make the students, the learners acclimatize with that what exactly the scene is. So if you talk about the importance of e-commerce, I think the better quality is there, greater customer satisfaction is there, and in the past there was a fear of that the product would be get refunded, or we will get our money back, or the replacement would be possible, and all those flamboyant, all those uh, the myth is now changing, and the companies are quite serious about it as far as the refund is concerned, as far as the buying and selling is concerned. Then better decision making is there. So you can have the ample number of ways by which you can just justify yourself, or you can visualize that if the same product is available in 2-3 e-commerce portals, you can very easily visualize that what could be the real price of the product, and how best you can get the product from different portals. So the option is there, and that too sitting at your doorstep. So it's not like that physically you have to visit to the store or do that. So you can do the things, do the comparative view by sitting at the certain place, and compare all the available options you have. So low cost is there, high speed and real time interaction is there. So it's real time is something which is a need of an hour, and the way things are changing, I think, as far as the real time data is concerned, as far as real time interaction is concerned, real time itself is a very powerful term, because when you talk about the real time, you talk about the dynamic way of looking at things, and you get the information in a very faster mode. So no redundancy is there. The actual data, the accurate data is at your doorstep at every possible time. So customization is something which is there. You can get the product as per your style, and so tailor-made approach is there. New markets are coming up. So new markets, new products are coming up. Like we have talked about the earpods, and we have seen that how this market had been changed, that people are moving from this cable-made Bluetooth approach to earpods. So efficient use of resources are there, and then employment opportunities are there. A lot of employment opportunities are coming up. Either it could be the logistics, and or the delivery of the product, or the search engine optimization is there. There's a great use of web developers, and the person who are good in codings, they get good number of opportunities, because the market is coming up in a big way, and gradually we find out, if you talk in an Indian perspective, I think 30 to 40% people are now moving from this brick and mortar system to click and mortar system, and quick and speedy disposal of customers. So the products are going to be delivered, and if we talk about the fast moving consumer goods which used to be delivered by the portal called Grofers or Big Basket, or the Amazon Fresh, or the Flipkart supermarket, we have observed that the speedy delivery is there. You book a order and you get the product in 2-3 hours. So that kind of philosophy is coming up. So what we observed, that this had changed the way, and other management. So managing competition is there, and people are more competitive, and they are getting a good choice. So it's not like that the fast moving consumer goods are going to be delivered by one company or by the one portal. The other companies also taking care about that. So impact on customer is that e-commerce bring convenience for customers, as they do not have to leave home and only need to browse website online, especially for buying the products which are not sold in nearby shops. So it could help customers buy wide range of products and save customer time. So that is the thing which is there, and consumers also gain power through online shopping, and they are able to do the research and compare the prices among the retailers. And there, on the other hand, there are certain aggregators also. There are certain aggregators which can navigate you that why not you can buy this product from other portals, and they are, because they are giving you certain cashbacks, they are giving you the wallet discounts, or they are giving you the credit card discounts, or the bank which is linked, they are giving a special discount. So this kind of thing is coming up where the features are quite enabled, and you get ample number of opportunities to buy the product. So, and that too, sitting at your doorstep, you are working in an office, and at that time you can parallelly do the thing. So this is the way which is very common, or very important, that you don't have to earmarked or allocate certain time for the shopping. So for this e-commerce you can do that. So online shopping often provides sales promotion or discount codes. This is more price effective for the consumers, and more e-commerce provide products detailed information. Even the in-store staff cannot offer such detailed explanation. So customers can also review and track the order history online, and that is the good point, that if you need a product in a shorter span, you can enable the certain features. Like if you talk about the e-commerce portal called Amazon, they have for Prime members, or if you talk about the other e-commerce portals, they provide a special service to their flagship customers. So those consumers who are getting a weightage of flagship, they get the product in a shorter span, and they get additional discount also. So this kind of attachment is there. And if we compare the online channels with traditional channels, I think we in the online channels, which is available on our screen also, that supplier is there, and then supplier is directly selling the product to customers, so there is no intermediary. And in online channel also, the supplier and new intermediaries are there with the consumers. So end of the day, the stereotype, the distribution channel which we talk about, the wholesaler, retailers, and which usually take the margins, they are eliminated, they are evaporated. So the company buy the product from the manufacturers. If we talk about the handicraft product, I think wherever the products are going to be made by the cooperatives, the e-commerce portal directly have a tie-up with them, and directly they float the product, they sold the product to the customers. So the intermediary is very less, and this is going to give benefit to the customer, and product are quite cheaper. So if you talk about traditional channels, I think the supplier is there, distributor is there, retailer is there, and customer is there. So, and on the other hand, the supplier is able to know about the taste about the consumer. So that is the reason I have talked in my preceding discussion that we are greatly moving from this push approach to pull approach, and rather we can say that tailor-made consumer centric approach is there. So supplier and distributor heavily reliant on traditional channels, whereas if you see that online channels, this kind of model is there. So if we throw a light on distribution channels, I think this adopted pure click and brick and click channel systems, and we can distinguish pure click and brick and click channel systems. And pure click or pure play companies are those that have launched a website without any previous existence as a firm. So a lot of change is coming up. What I mean to say, if you talk about in a present scenario, the trend had been changed. There was a time when people have a different view about the online buying and selling, but in the present scenario, the companies who are pioneer in particular domain, now they are either creating their own platform, creating a dedicated platform which could be purely work on click and mortar mode, and or they can tie up with some of the thing. And if we go into a backdrop of if we start reading a newspaper, we find out a lot of trend is coming up where we see that the existing players who are into the fast consumer goods, they are keen to buy the big portals, the big basket, or the 1mg which is more into the medicine selling. The Tata is now bidding that. So this kind of change is coming up, and we have seen that the new company is coming up with a new phenomena, new thought. The intention is very clear. They want to establish themselves in the market. So e-commerce may take place on retailer websites or mobile apps, and like the Amazon or Alibaba, which is doing a great job into it. Now they are changing the platform. So these online portals which are into the click and mortar mode, now buying the hypermarkets or the supermarkets. The intention is very clear that they want to have a stake in the brick and mortar stores also, so that they are in the online mode, but they can deliver the product from this brick and mortar stores also to the consumers. So this kind of benefit is coming up, and the logistics is changing with the change of time. There are certain portals which are good in logistics. They deliver the product at the doorstep. On the other hand, they provide the facility to the consumers that they can directly pick up the product from the particular store. So and this can eliminate the delivery charges. So the product is somewhat more cheaper if the consumer directly take the product from the store. So this kind of phenomena is also coming up, where the intention is very clear. The product need to be delivered at a very shorter span with less the delivery costs. So this kind of change is coming up. If you talk about types of e-commerce business model, I think this is something very important, because the e-commerce business model type is changing. So e-commerce is also known as electronic commerce or internet commerce and transaction of money. We see that consumer places order, and then online stores passes order to the drop shippers, and supplier ships order directly to the consumer. So this is there. And if you talk about types of commerce, I think the participators are business to commerce, which we usually call B2C, consumer to consumer, government to consumer, business to business, consumer to business, so and government to business. So a lot of change is coming. It's not like that there was a time when phenomena was just business to consumer or business to business, but after later stage we observe that government is also directly interacting with the consumers, and B2B is there, B2G is there, government to business is there. Then we have seen that how the goods are there, and then how the business models are there, where drop shipping, warehousing, private labeling, and so we start with the business to consumer. I think B2C e-commerce is the most popular e-commerce model, and business to consumer means that the sale is taking place between a business and a consumer, like when you buy a rug from an online retailer. So what is B2C? B2C is business to consumers. The first is that direct sellers, online intermediaries, advertising based B2C, community based B2C, and free based B2C. So if you see, if you talk more about the business to business, I think B2B e-commerce refers to a business selling a goods or services to another business, like a manufacturer and wholesaler, or a wholesaler and a retailer. So business to business e-commerce is not consumer facing, and usually involves product like raw materials, software, or product that are combined. So manufacturer also sell directly to retailers via B2B e-commerce. And if you compare this B2B with B2C, which is a very important phenomena, B2B is logic driven, focus on time, money, and resource saved, favors in-depth promotion, whereas B2C is consumer promotion, favors simple, easy messaging, appeals to emotion, and focus on benefits and solving problems. So more difference pertains to, if you more talk about B2C versus B2B. I think B2B, we are seeing that the dealers are there, then consumers are there, and if you talk about B2B, this model is there. So direct to consumer is something, direct to consumers e-commerce is the newest model of e-commerce, and D2C means that brand is selling directly to their end consumers without going through a retailer, distributor, or wholesaler. And subscription are a popular D2C items, and if we see that direct to consumers, I think if you talk about traditional mode of where manufacturer, wholesaler, and D2C, this product organizer is there, and then directly the consumers are there. So there are certain brands which are moving. We have seen that there are certain companies which are directly interacting with the consumers, and no intermediary is there. The reason is very clear. They want to reduce the cost. They want to give the personal touch to the consumers. So consumer to consumer is there. When we talk about e-commerce, refers to the sale of goods or services to other consumers. Consumers to consumer sales take place on platforms like eBay, Fiverr, and ETSY, and this is the way by which the consumers are going to interact with the consumers. And when we talk about consumer to business, I think consumer to business is when an individual sells their service or product to a business organization, and this C2B model involves a transaction that is conducted between a consumer and a business organization. It is similar to B2C model, and the category includes individuals who sell products or services to organization like Monster or Naukri.com, where the consumers float their CV, and then the corporates used to interact. So C2B is e-commerce. We have seen that consumer is there, then platform is there, and this is the way by which the thing is there. So main activity of e-commerce is that the online shopping, online ticketing, electronic payments, internet banking, and virtual auctions. So I think I have talked a lot about the e-commerce, and there are certain types which are there, and there are certain advantages that no, it's very true that we know that there are certain stumbling blocks also as far as e-commerce is concerned, because the hacking is there, the threats are there, the cyber threats are there, and there's a possibility that your data, this personal information is going to be floated on the website, which is a serious issue. So these kind of disadvantages are there. But on the other hand, we have to always see the things in a positive mode, in a different mode, which can serve the society by and large. And this advantages of e-commerce is that it is bringing a paradigm shift to the organization and making the whole world the more carbon free. So that is there, and which is there. So cost reduction is there, affordable advertising is there, flexibility for customers are there, no reach limitations are there, faster response is there. So anyway, I think on the other hand, there are certain portals which are working in this direction. Amazon, Flipkart, Alibaba, Walmart, eBay, there, and a lot of more are there. When we start discussing about this e-commerce vendors, we will definitely throw a light on these companies and how these companies are creating a niche and bringing a paradigm shift as far as the commerce is concerned, as far as the e-commerce is concerned, as far as e-services is concerned, or e-learning is concerned. Anyway, I think I am winding up my session now, and we will have more thought-provoking sessions in coming days, which will focus more on what exactly the e-commerce is and how this e-commerce is going to bring a change in the society. And the intention of this particular course is not to make the learners acquaint in this particular course, or lead to the BCom degree, but to give something more which can add a feather in a cap, and how they are going to benefit it, and how it is going to help them in getting the employment. That is more important, because the topic is very burgeoning and the theme is very burgeoning. The only thing is that how the learners are going to acclimatize that, and that is the reason we have put this particular course under the ambit of skill oriented, with the intention that it's going to imbibe them certain skills, and by these skills they can able to set up their own entity, or create an employment, or get the employment. So this course is a very contemporary course, and it could be quite useful for the learners. And this particular video, along with the SLM, which is available on our eGyan Coach portal, is quite helpful to them. Thank you very much.